remember we played Penn State. I don't know if you've seen the clip or not.
Break this down because this is important for kids. You know, realize
this is the worst thing you can do as a player. We're playing Penn State on ABC, big game. They had just scored a touchdown. Bo Pelini said something to somebody else, but I thought he was talking to me. Being a young, simple-minded kid, prideful, and just not knowing how to react to authority because I'm raised by a single mom.
What's good, YouTube? This is KB LaFleur. You can call me KB. Welcome back to another video, man. I know I've been gone for a little while. I dropped a video yesterday, and that was pretty much a video that I already pretty much pre-recorded before I went on a vacation. I was on a vacation. I was on a cruise, man, and I enjoyed myself. While I was on that cruise, man, I was scrolling through Instagram. And guess what? I came across this video right here, right? And I'm gonna chop it up a little bit just because I don't want nobody, I don't want to get hit with no copyrights. This is Hard Knocks. This is part of the NFL. So the NFL is very strict on videos, on people using their videos. But in this video, what that you will see is pretty much a brother holding another brother accountable. But that's not even, it's the point of the video, but that's not the point of the video. It's not the point of the video is not to talk about this brother holding this brother accountable, but the idea and pretty much what football can really do for people, how football can really pretty much turn a boy into a man, right? When people sit over here and say football turn boys into men, a lot of them think about all of the hitting and all of the freaking weight that you gotta push and all of that. I would say that back. It's slightly what they're talking about. Your coaches will tell you football will teach you how to be a man, right? It has nothing to do with hitting and all of that stuff. It's more of the men that you're around because you're around football coaches, men who are, some would say, angry, right? Men who are very stern. Or to be a football coach, you got to be very stern. You got to be very strict. So all the football coaches that I had, even the worst ones, they still had a presence to them. They still had a presence to them because, once again, they are men and they are training other men, and predominantly black men. And when y'all are like me, I've been playing football since the third grade, right? From the third grade all the way up until my senior year of college. That's a long ass time to be around a bunch of football players, a bunch of different kind of football players. And I can tell you right now, the football players with the most issues are your black men. Let's just be real. And guess where they come from? A lot of them come from your single parent households, right? When you look at a lot of these football players, a lot of these black men who are getting arrested, who are finding themselves in the news, even the ones, man, that are in the news and they can't do anything to help that. So prime example, your Sean Oakman, your DeAndre Francis, what's his name? Kareem Hunt, right? Where a lot of these were provoked by women, right? A lot of these were provoked by women. A lot of these were women trying to destroy a man's career. But when you look at a lot of these brothers, a lot of them too come from a single parent household. So KB, why are you even talking about that? Because there's a comment, right? There's a comment that sums all of this up. Let's look at the video.
Damn. You gotta come talk. You not only yourself up, just trying to tell y'all that they will cut your ass because we not communicating right. We giving up big plays.
Here you go, drink.
This gonna be a live game, brother. We gonna give up big plays if we don't communicate right. It ain't gonna be a settle down. Look, you give a big play. Okay, so what I'm telling, listen to me. You're not listening to me. Listen to me. You're not listening to me. Guess how slim your chance is. This, just like mine, right? So what I'm telling you is it's not gonna be a settle down. Oh, that's my bad. They gonna cut your ass and we ain't gonna have a job. They gonna cut my ass and we ain't gonna have a job. You feel me? Damn, you've been doing it the whole camp. I'm talking to you like a man. We've been doing it the whole camp.
Settle down.
The whole camp.
Okay, settle down.
Bro, listen, you just need to listen, bro.
I'm listening. What you mean?
And pretty much, right? And pretty much the title of that video is when someone is speaking and giving sound advice, we as men, right? Because at this point, man, you really can't even say much to women. But hey, we as men gotta learn how to take the critique, right? It's right. He's saying critique. It's really constructive criticism. He's trying to save that guy's ass and save his own ass. And the crazy thing is, right? And the thing is, what people got to understand is, dude, you're in the NFL, right? Where if you already undrafted or if you're already being picked up in the last round or whatever, your chances are already slim and you're fighting for a spot. You're fighting for hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can sit up here. Once again, you got to tiptoe and got to be cautious when you talk to certain women. right? You gotta, oh, well, you know what? Oh, well, you know, hey, look, maybe you shouldn't do this. They do it at my job too, right? They do it at my job. When our manager messes up, and it's a male manager, they on his ass. Like I'm talking about they dogging him out. Even the females do it. But guess what? When a woman messes up, guess what? Same position. Well, you know what? Hey, I mean, that's kind of messed up. Like, why did you F it up? Like, okay, I get it, you know, but you know, we gotta do it this way. They're going to have a very different tone with a woman than they are with a man. So here you have a brother who, once again, is just trying to tell this dude, hey, bro, listen, just listen to me. And the dude is really worried about pretty much the tone, right? I mean, like, I get what you're saying, but just settle down. Like, nah, bro. Like, and what people got to understand is number 31, he's been in the league for a while, right? Now, mind you, this took place back in 2016, right? This took place back when I was in college. He like, and once again, it's called Hard Knocks. If y'all want to go ahead and watch it, it's called Hard Knocks, right? It was kind of centered around number 31. He was busting his butt. He's been in the league for multiple years, so he has what? Experience. He's a veteran. He can tell you what to do and what not to do. But the dude is so focused on how he is saying it, instead of just saying, you know what, you're right. And that was one thing about me as an athlete, as a football player, a basketball player, right? I didn't care what a coach said to me. I was a coachable player. You could try to throw some of the most craziest of things at me, some of the most craziest of jokes or craziest of disrespect or whatever. I just kept my mouth shut and I kept it moving because I said, you know what, this is part of the game. And what I can say is football plays a huge role in the type of man that I am today. A lot of women say football is for dumb jocks, and you know, that's just a narrative in general that football is just for dumb jocks, but it's really not. It's really not. You got to be very smart, and you have to take a whole lot. You have to be mentally tough for that stuff. You have to be mentally tough because you're going to have a lot of people calling you dumb. You're going to have a lot of people getting on your neck unless if you just a great football player. Somebody like Myles Garrett or Ray Lewis, they can mess up a few times. Nobody going to say nothing. But if you're still trying to work your way up, most of the time somebody's going to say something. But I went to the comments, right? I went to the comments because once again, man, it takes a different type of mindset to be able to play football. Because like I said, you're going to have to deal with a lot of stuff that comes with it, and it builds your mentality. You are able to take a whole lot. You're able to know how to lead. Somebody in the comments made a good point. 43 was raised by a single mother. He worried about tone instead of the message. Then somebody in the comments sat here and said, single mothers got nothing to do with it. He's just not aware of the situation and sense of urgency, which is a problem. He is aware of a sense of urgency. He is aware of the situation. But once again, you have people who cannot separate emotions from sense. They can't separate the emotions from the point that is being made. And where do you generally get that from? Mostly your women, right? Look at my page. You're going to have a lot of women who sit up here and I can make the best point known to man, right? And you can't even refute it. But somehow, some way, some woman will come up here and feel some type of way about it. And they will never be able to move their emotions from the fact, which is why the message go a lot of women's head today, because once again, they're not trying to be receptive. They'll sit over here and say, I understand you. I'm listening to you. But then when you go back, they're doing the exact same thing that you talk to them about. But the crazy thing is the fact that the guy can sit up here and say, once again, single mother got nothing to do with it. He just not aware of the situation and sense of urgency, which is a problem. Once again, that's not the problem. That's not the problem. That's not the problem. But guess what? As I was scrolling, I came across this video.
Hey, Penn State. I don't know if you've seen the clip or not.
Break this down because this is important for kids. You know, realize.
This is the worst thing you can do as a player. We're playing Penn State on ABC, big game. They had just scored a touchdown. Bo Pelini said something to somebody else, but I thought he was talking to me. Being a young, simple-minded kid, prideful, and just not knowing how to react to authority because I'm raised by a single mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? There wasn't really a figure like that now. Yeah. So a man yelling at me is like, hold on, I'm the only man in this house. Like, you know what I'm saying? So Bo says that, and then I like spin, and we have our little words, and I'm like pointing at him in his face. You know what I'm saying? Like arguing, woo, and the whole world's watching. It's literally they go to commercial break. Like, you know what I'm saying? They replay it. Like the next week, Desmond Howard's talking about it on game day. Like I'm sitting there getting ready for whoever we play next week, Michigan, whoever. Watching, and I'm watching me looking crazy on TV. And the worst part about it, I love Bo. Like, you know what I'm saying? He even covered for me after the game. It was like, oh, what was that with you and Shafford? He's like, Oh, nothing. That's, you know, it's
Part of the game.
Yeah.
Everything that you do leading up to draft, right? It can be uncovered.
Yeah.
I remember having NFL coaches reach out to our counselors at Norco, reach out to high school coaches, like colleges, right? Different things like that. But all that stuff that you do in high school, college, and NFL, it's dug up. You know, how you act on the field, how you communicate with the coach, what you do on campus. Like their job, they hire FBI. Their job is to find everything about a player possible before they go and give millions of dollars.
But hey, right, when you sit up here and, you know, say you bring up that, hey, this single mother this, single mother that, and you're putting some facts behind it, it's always an issue. It's always, oh, you're bashing. Oh, well, y'all are just trying to once again, it's always just to deflect it. Once again, put these people in a good light. Even if they're doing wrong, let's go ahead and put them in a good light. They're good mothers, right? They're good mothers. They're this, they're that. Now, y'all do understand, right? Y'all do understand that, from my understanding, he was projected to go on the first round, second round. That knocked him all the way down to the 7th round. Now, take that with a grain of salt. But however, the situation in of itself, that's how a lot of people draft stock has plummeted, because they sit here and they feel that they can talk to another man. They can talk to a man of authority a certain way. And once again, guess where these guys learn that from? They learn it from the home of the comfort of their mother. But once again, when you say that, it's always, oh, well, you're bashing, oh, well, you're this. Once again, you can't say that when you got a fact, right? When you can push a fact. Same thing with that guy was sitting over here saying it has nothing to do with single mothers. But here you have a video of a football player, right? The same video that you're pretty much similar, the same video that you're sitting over here trying to, oh, well, you know, hey, well, no, he just has lack of urgency. It has nothing to do with being a single mother. But then you have a guy who is, once again, can't take how somebody is talking to them. He lashes out on them. Now, this guy just did what probably number 43 wanted to do. And once again, at the end of the day, is two men upset because another man is saying something to them, because another man is holding them accountable. And then you will still have women sit up here and say men don't hold other men accountable. Yes, they do. Right? Yes, they do. And here's one of your examples. The same men that a bunch of you women complain about are the same men that sit over here and hold other men accountable. And this is why I say football raises men. Has nothing to do with football in of itself. It has something to do with being around other men who are going to hold you accountable. That's just the fact of the matter, right? That's just the fact of the matter. And once again, it's not to put down anybody. Facts are facts. Most of your problem football players come from the Black community, and they come from where? Your single mother households. So when guys bring up the fact that, hey, a single mothers has something to do with this, don't go straight to, oh, well, you're just trying to just put down women, and that's not the case. Let's stop trying to twist people's words to help your argument. Let's stop trying to twist people's words to go ahead and try to wiggle yourself out of something, to try to avoid accountability, to try to help women avoid accountability. Got to stop. And I will leave it here, right? I'll leave it here, right? Because I'm pretty sure some women will still look at this and say, well, your opinion is invalid. You don't know what you're talking about. Your experiences are invalid. I'll leave it here, right? And mind you, like I said, I've been a part of predominantly Black football teams my whole life, right? Because that's pretty much what football is, predominantly Black. And I'm telling you right now, most of your children who had your issues were Black boys coming from single parent households. Prime example, I was in the 4th grade, fourth grade. And this is essentially a white team, right? This essentially is a white team because you're in a white part of the town, right? And we still have some, of course, you're still going to have, even with some of the whitest of teams, you're still going to have some, once again, football players, man, who are coming from households, man, that's not coming from a lot. Same situation here. This brother named Marquell, I remember the brother, because he was like that. He was like that in 4th grade. The only thing that killed him is just his height, genetics, right? I mean, once you get to a certain point in high school, the people that you used to push around, they probably hit the growth spurt. They probably way past your size. So that's what happened to him. But in the 4th grade, I mean, he was talented, but was raised by a single mother. And guess what? We come to practice one day. Coaches address all of us. And he said, man, listen, we're not going to take any disrespect. Your parent, we're not going to allow y'all to disrespect y'all parents and just get away with it. So guess what? Guess what the coaches did? They took it upon themselves to be a father figure. And there's like this hill. Like I'm talking about, man, this hill, like it's a steep hill. It is a steep hill. They made that boy barrel crawl up and down that hill the whole practice, all because he cussed out his mama. What is a fourth grader doing cussing out your moms? What is a fourth grader doing cussing out their mom? Well, it's because the mom allowed it. And these are the type of boys you're going to continue to see when you're dealing with sisters like this.
Oh, he's gonna be cheating or he's gonna be fucking with somebody else, then that's not the one for you. Right. But what's your end goals? Like, what do y'all want to be? Do you guys want to be somebody's wife? What do you want to be?
Yeah, see, we talk about that all the time on the show. Sometimes I don't really know if I necessarily want to get married.
Do you want to have kids?
I do want to have kids, but I'm not sure if I want to get married.
So why do you, this is my question.
Okay.
Why, do you want to have kids?
Hell no! She always say she don't want to have kids.
We gonna drink. I got too much shit to do. But why? Okay, so you don't want to have kids. So okay, you a different story. But you,
Okay.
you want to have kids, but you don't know if you want to get married. So that means that you already gonna be. You're planning to already bring this child into and have a deficit in their life, right?
I mean, I feel like if I find the right person, we could get married. Sometimes I don't really have a lot of faith in
But do you have to
these
find
niggas.
the right person to have the baby?
I do think I have to find the right person to have a kid, but I also feel like I'm in a position where I'm doing things for my own, so I would completely be okay with having to take on that responsibility by myself as far as financial shit go, if I have to.
I don't think that's okay.
I don't think it's okay neither, but I feel like it's the reality of like the generation that we live in, because I just feel like that's how most of these niggas are. I do.
No, those are the niggas that you going after. You got to find somebody that's going to.
But I don't really be going after nobody. It be the people that be coming after me. I don't go.
So I don't know, man. Look, y'all let me know down below, man. Am I right or am I wrong? But I mean, once again, I've given y'all 2 examples. I gave y'all one video, right, where a brother's holding a brother accountable. Then you had another video where a guy thought a man was talking to him crazy, right? And even if he was, once again, he's your coach. Now, I'm not sitting over here saying take disrespect, but at the end of the day, this is sometimes you just gonna have to shut up and just take the advice or whatever, how it comes. Then I gave you a real life example, and I can listen. I have a pool of this. I have a pool of experiences dealing with different type of football players, man, who come from single parent homes who had those issues. I mean, I could literally run down a whole list. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, and leave me a subscribe.